Hello! So today's going to be a little bit of an exciting one. Just that we're going to be playing around Kaisa in this game. So if you don't know, Kaisa recently got a little bit of a buff just in terms of like, the last patch they reverted the trick shot nerf. So now 4 trick shots really strong. And then there's also like 2 trick shot, which helps stabilize Kaisa a little bit earlier. I'm not saying Kaisa is like the most broken comp, but the thing is a lot of other 4-cost comps kind of suffered like bad matchups in the current meta. So Kaisa's kind of a little bit on the rise, just because she fits really well into the current landscape of like dealing with Reapers, which is a big problem, and dealing with Syndra as well. Just like because the Kaisa comp, like it's a little bit high roll. You usually have to play it from ahead because you have to make it to like level 9 and hit a lot of upgrades. But using a lot of those upgrades, it's a really like explosive comp in terms of damage. So similar to like Syndra, which is also a very explosive comp, these ones work really well, right? Some of the comps like Ashe, you see Ashe not being played as much because Ashe is like more of like a stall ramp up front to back line, and Lilia as well. Lilia's kind of a bit explosive, so you still see Lilia, but Ashe really suffered a lot because it's a lot less explosive damage, and usually when dealing with like melee units and like these crazy lines and things that dive backline, usually like explosive damage works out really well. So Kaisa's on the rise, so just be aware of that. But she wasn't unplayable before, and she's definitely playable now. Anyways, so start of the game, I have this Garen upgrade, which is really nice because I always love having a Garen upgrade and then playing towards Story Weaver. My items aren't necessarily the most obvious what I can make here. Because like I have Guinsoo, QSS isn't that great. I'm probably leaning towards AD even though I have a rod. And then we're going through here. Blistering Strikes is interesting, but I usually don't like to take it. I think Blistering Strikes like gives your board anti-heal, but I feel like you can easily solve that by just what's it called? How do I phrase it? You easily get back whatever anti-heal you would get, but like a singular item, right? You just put a Morello on a good unit holder, and then that augment kind of becomes useless, right? It's really good if you like don't have anti-heal, but like as a starting augment, like at the beginning of the game, I don't really like it. So instead I take Best Friends, right? I'm kind of leaning towards like maybe I'll play like AD something, right? Best Friends is a little bit awkward because sometimes like right now I'm just checking like AD versus AP, because Best Friends just gives you defense, right? It just gives you armor. It doesn't give you magic resist. So sometimes in some lobbies, if there's a lot of people that are playing towards like AP in your lobby, then Best Friends is a little bit worse. But it still gives a little bit of attack speed, so I'm kind of down. Here, I just itemized this Kiana as an item holder. I'm just playing a little bit of Duelist. I'm not necessarily going to lead Duelist, right? But, starting with a Kiana, it's probably okay to put some items on that. Darius does just enough damage that my Sivir can clutch it up. I have Kindred Pair. I'm not really inclined to play Reapers. I think Reapers is like, everybody wants to play Reapers because they all think it's broken, and it is kind of, it is very strong, but it's not really a comp that supports like 3 or 4 people, right? It's kind of like when like people are all contesting each other playing like Duelists back when Duelists were good. It was really frustrating. Like I didn't play Duelists in a lot of lobbies just because a lot of people were hard forcing it, and I think it's just a bad choice in general to do that, right? So we have like one person that's playing maybe Duelist, we have one person that's maybe playing Reapers, right? I don't have Kindred items as well, so it's really expensive to hold a bunch of Kindreds, especially like if I had like Kindred item holding for Syndra items, it's like, yes, you buy all the Kindreds because a Kindred tool will streak you for most of the game, right? And you can start getting Dryad stacks in early. For me, it's like I saw all those Kindreds and it's like I can't really buy her, right? I can't really afford to make that judgment call because I don't have Kindred items, right? So I'm just going to run into a situation where I'll be wasting a lot of gold, I won't be making econ, and it's all for nothing, right? So here I lose anyways. I'm just going to sell the Darius, right? I want to hold on to this, what's her name? Sivir, because I'm kind of leaning towards like a Kaisa, maybe trick shot angle, right? We'll see how it goes. It just depends, and also it gives me Story Weaver, which will spike me pretty convincingly. So here, I might want to wait like one turn to put in Story Weaver. I think I'm debating it, right? Story Weaver is pretty good, but how do I phrase it? Right now I have Duelist in and Warden in, Next level, I can drop either the Warden or the Duelist. I'll probably just drop the Duelist, and then you can play like the Story Weaver, and I should be fine. I Scout, it's like I always lose against that guy. I always lose against the other guy. So it's like I don't really think there's a reason for me to like go over the board with like changing shit. Here, this is good positioning against this Kiana with my best friends, because the Kiana, if she wrapped here and just got a lot of value throwing her Beyblade across the board, it would have been really scary. But I can clutch out this fight. This is why I want to keep in Duelist. Now I can pre-level because I made it to 14, right? So I'm making 10, right? That 4 gold doesn't really matter. I'm going to level next turn anyways. So I can pre-level, maybe get a better shop, high roll some crazy shit that makes my board really strong. And I'm just holding on to these items because I'm looking towards making probably a Morello and something else, right? Yeah, but it's very committable to make like a shred component early, right? Before, you never wanted to make a Last Whisper early, because if you're playing towards Ash, for example, the bow is a lot more useful on other items, right? And the glove is really useful on other items. So it's really committable to make like a Last Whisper. Here in this case, it's like I had a good idea that I can make probably save HP. If I'm playing towards Kaisa, I definitely want to be stronger for a lot earlier in the game. Also, I keep forgetting to do this. I'll do it right now. Let's do the little like notif thing. Thank you for all the support. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We're going to have an RP giveaway at 500 subs. We just finished our previous giveaway, so make sure to subscribe if you want to be entered in that. And follow the instructions when we get close to our goal. Thank you. Alright, and back to the game. So here I put in, I just keep in Duelist. I lose the Warden because I think this Kiana is still pretty strong, pretty broken, right? Even though Duelist got nerfed, the unit Kiana did not, so I think Kiana is still quite strong. There's some situations where Kiana didn't really show up, which makes me sad. This guy's very strong though, right? I don't know how, but I think it's because of, is this pick of the litter? I forget what it is, right? But you know, he's gonna streak off of this 2-star 3 cost. It's just so much to chew through. It's just like way ahead of tempo. It's gonna be very difficult. That's fine. We're not really streaking at all. I think I'm win-lose, win-lose. I didn't even get a 2 streak anywhere, which is really concerning in a way. But, you know, at the same time, whatever. As long as you're making econ, right? If you're not streaking, then it matters a lot to, like, actually be making econ thresholds at every point, right? Just not giving a gift of gold. It's like, sure, right? I'm looking around to see how rich everybody is, right? Some people are making 30, but most people are in the same spot as me making 20. Right, I really want to see, because like if Tristan is giving a bunch of gold, I just want to make sure that you know, nobody's like way too far ahead, right? Nobody's gonna be like fast level 7 out of nowhere, right? Like some crazy high roll shit. But everybody seems to be playing like a lot of expensive units on their board, so they're all in a similar situation as me. I think it's just like the way the Galaxy kind of dropped us these more expensive units. I think here it's probably better to lose this guy and just play Alawi at this point, right? Because I'm not really committed towards Duelist and playing this Kiana. And I think Alawi as a Warden is going to help out my front line a lot more. And it also, you know, it is probably much better. I think here it was definitely play Alawi. If I'm playing strongest board, right? If I'm trying to like streak as much as possible. As you can see here, I think I'm win-lose, win-lose, win-lose. It's really bad, but I'm still making 30. I'm pretty much as rich as most people in the lobby. I don't think anybody in the lobby is like full streaking, right? Everybody's like a little bit... As you can see, like everybody's like took damage, right? It's a very like mixed lobby. I think there were some people that spiked, some people that didn't. It's just a little bit awkward. What matters the most is just to make sure that you're making econ thresholds if you're not at a point of if you're not at a point where you're streaking and you're making like these extra golds, then these econ thresholds start to matter a lot more, right? Because you want to make sure that you're making 40, making 50, and then when you're making 50, you're getting 5 gold of interest every round, because you need to compensate for the fact that you're like, you know, the game's being like a fucking bum to you, right? But yeah, it's not necessarily the greatest Kaisa spot, I'm not gonna lie, but I do have like the Story Weaver opener, which does make it like nice to like set up for later. I have way too much on bench. I can definitely make 50, right? I think I'm just too slow. Yeah. I sold the Alawi. The Alawi is really good to put in. This is what I was saying before. I should have just sold the sold this dude. Oh, is it Champion Delivery? Oh, that's why everybody has like really expensive units. It's not Champion Conference where you get like the one. I forget which one's which. There's one of the portals where it gives you a unit that fits your team, and then there's one of the comps that gives you just like a unit that is expensive, right? So here I can level for free. I'm best friends. I just put in a bruiser, right? Tom Kench is fine. I do lose 1 gold, I believe, but I could make it back, right? I could sell all of these. Ideally, I don't want to sell the Zyra, so hopefully I can win the fight, and then I just have to sell the 2 duelists that are on my bench. Because, you know, eventually I'm going to get rid of them anyways. It doesn't matter that much. We won't really go over, like, the board. Like, usually around this part in the video, I'll start, like, showing you, like, how to build the board. I think most people know how to build the Kaisa board by now. But, you know, we'll see it in live time on the video anyways. Like, so we'll look at it then, right? Like, I understand, like, I think some people, they usually want to hold a Jax. Volibear is okay to hold. I should have definitely, yeah, okay, I hold the Jax, good. Yeah, extended duels, I think, bait. I took it before, and I got a really hard bot 4. There is another duelist player I'm definitely not contesting, but I think it doesn't make duelist that strong anyways. Slamming is pretty good here. Slamming is pretty good because you want to make it, you want to have, but I wasn't streaking. I already have like a silver combat. None of the other combats are particularly strong. Crown Guard was interesting. And it just got buffed. The only other option I had was Crown Guarded. Maybe it was Crown Guarded actually. Let me check the stats. We're going to check the stats together. That's something we actually have to look up. Okay, let's go to stats. Stats. Sorry, this is the song. This is this. Let's go stats. Let's go explorer. Oops, I have like a little circle on screen. 1 second. So what is it? It's like Crown Guarded. What is it average? Just raw? A 4.7. That's what I thought. It's not that good. It's good on Silas. What's the best delta? Rakan, Wukong, Xayah. I'm looking for like Kane. I'm looking for Kaisa. I want to see if like, okay, yeah, Kaisa board. This is what I thought. I didn't think it was that good. It's really good on Silas, right? Let's go like this for trick shot, right? It's a 4.5. It's a little bit better. And then let's go Silas. 2-star items. It says like, what is this? This is what I mean. I don't understand the stats sometimes. So who am I putting it on? Crown Guard? I don't understand these stats, but we'll see. I guess it's you put on Galio maybe. Is it that you put on Galio? Is Galio really good with Crown Guard? This is interesting. It was probably take Crown Guard. Yeah, Galio is good with Crown Guard. And then what is it? Aatrox. Oh, you know what it probably is? Probably Udyr. It's probably like Udyr. It's actually not. This is interesting. So I should have probably taken Crown Guard. That's what I get from this, right? It's a learning experience. Now I know, right? Because I already had 1 Crown Guard. I know Crown Guard's good on Silas, but in my head I said slamming makes it so that I have a greater chance of like actually hitting my board, because I feel like I'm a little bit behind, but I'm actually quite rich. That's why slamming necessarily isn't the best thing. I just really like it because in my head I'm thinking to myself, I can make it to level 9, and typically you want to play like Xayah and Rakan and everything. I'm curious as to why Crown Guarded, but you put the Crown Guarded 4 trick shots, Silas 2, Silas doesn't want Crown Guard on him. What? Like, Crown Guard's supposed to be good on Silas. That part I don't understand the stats, but it might just be because it's new, right? It's hard to tell, right? I was talking about it before. Crown Guarded is a really awkward augment because in the past it was a little bit weird to play around. The reason is that Crown Guard gives an AP when it basically Crown Guard gives you a health shield, and then when the health shield expires it gives you AP. What happens is with Crown Guarded it gives you like more of a health shield and more AP, but what would happen is your whole team would die before the health shield expired because it gave so much of a health shield. So what ended up happening sometimes is you'd put Crown Guarded, make a Crown Guard, you'd put on like a Silas, you'd make him like go nuts, but then your whole team would be dead, and then it doesn't matter that the Silas gains the AP from the Crown Guard anymore, right? It didn't matter, and I think that's like the problem with him, is that he recovers so much HP and it gives like so much stats already that like by the time you get to a point where you can actually like make like the Silas go like nuts and have a bunch of damage, it's just fucking the game's fucking over already, right? And the problem with Crown Guarded specifically was like now they buffed it, but I think they buffed it so that it gives you more HP shield, which might make the problem even worse. So I still don't know. I think the stats are a little bit better when I just looked at it, but the patch is really new, so we gotta wait like, you know, at least a week of the patch before I can like fully understand what's going on, right? And then I'll ask around and I'll watch some other people's VODs of when they take it and see what's up. But I can't give you the guys like, you know, I can't in this particular review of the video say, yeah, it was a throw, I should have taken Crown Guard. Because if I took Crown Guard, I'm itemizing Silas, right? Like, who the fuck am I putting it on? I can't even figure it out looking at the stats, right? It's like maybe Galio. It doesn't even want it on Udyr, right? There's some secret tech that I don't know about. Maybe it's like on Aatrox. But anyways, I digress. Here we want probably glove, sword. Both are fine. Sword's on a 3 cost, so we'll just prio the sword, right? We're pretty much aiming towards Kai'Sa here. This guy might end up playing Kai'Sa as well, which is a little bit scary, but not that scary. We do have slamming, so we're gonna make it to the Kai'Sa pretty easily, so it's not that much of a deal for us. Anyways, we find a Kai'Sa, so yeah, whatever. Also, it being champion delivery is really good because like the odds of me finding a Xayah are pretty high, right? And that's something that's really nice. Anyways, I'll just immediately itemize the Kai'Sa, try and save as much HP as possible, and be as strong as possible, right? I know I have 2 separate components, right? I didn't like make components here or here, but it's totally fine. I'm level 7, 60 gold, right? I'm definitely making it to level 8. And the main thing with like champion, well, I a little bit slow here. I didn't place all my units right. Also, I didn't put this guy in. It was definitely removed the Volibear now. But anyways, we'll figure it out after. Best friends, you lose a little bit of value off this Kai'Sa, obviously, but a lot of times when you're positioning, especially late game, playing around this Kayle, playing around the Kayle isn't that important, right? The positioning matters a lot more. You'll save a lot more HP spreading out your units, especially against like Morgana's, Lilia's, and stuff like that, than you will like clumping up anyways. Darius appears. That's kind of sus. Here I just roll for 4 costs, right? I have a lot of gold, so I'm not sacrificing econ, and I just want to roll for any 4 costs because I just want to get maximum value to try and find upgrades, right? That's pretty much it. Can this guy... I need to fix these positionings. Hello? Oh god, I'm not fixing the positioning. Alright, yeah. So I rolled like a little bit of gold. It's level 7, so I have decent odds of finding a random 4 cost, right? I wouldn't have rolled past 50, but I said to myself, I'll just spend this 8 gold because there's many 4 costs that you need in this comp, and finding singular copies of them is really important, especially if contested, right? So for me, now this guy, I thought he was playing Kai'Sa, but he's rolling a Xayah, so he's not playing Kai'Sa anymore, so I'm actually uncontested if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to play towards like a Lilia or something like that. But anyways, it doesn't really impact the game that much. It's a little bit inefficient, right? Like you can think of it like I wasted 8 gold. But for me at least, what I'm looking at here is that if this rolls into Galio, a Kai'Sa, or a... it didn't roll into any of them. It rolls into a Silas, a Galio, or a Kai'Sa. They're all units that are really important on my board. So having it roll as many turns as possible is as important as it could be, right? So as long as you're not sacrificing econ, like I wouldn't roll to like 30 gold or 20 gold, right? I wouldn't roll down to 0. But it's like if I can spend 8 gold to have an extra turn of randomly rolling into one of my unit upgrades, that's worth it to me, right? So that's the thought process there. Anyways, I'm probably just going to play it simple. Ooh, that's not necessarily the best, but we'll see what happens. I need to sell something. I need to at least see what it is. Yeah, so here, look, boom, we have a Silas. We get this guy. Oh, it's an Ornn and a thing. Ooh. What do I take here? I think I just take Mittens. Mittens or Rapid Fire? Rapid Fire is probably okay. I think Mittens is better on Silas. And then I took, yeah, this item is still really good, this Moonstone Gem. Okay, so let's see. Now, like as I said, we don't have to go over the board in particular. So I'm just swapping in and out of the stats just to see like these little things, right? So for Trickshot, Trickshot, Kaisa. 2-star items. Let's go. Ornn. Rapid fire cannon is Giga plus Delta. Alright, good to know. That was a really bad choice from me. It's even worse than Fishbones. That's crazy. I knew it was bad, but like, what was my other option? Silas. Is Mittens good on Silas? It's less plus. Wit's End isn't that great. Wit's End is good on Bard, but not in the setup that I'm playing, which is why I didn't take it. That's what I hate with Ornn artifacts. There's so many Ornn artifacts, they're just like fucking misses. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the stats and it's like, oh, it probably helps out a little bit. Surely it's not that bad. And then it's like, it's worse than like no item a lot of the time. Like, I don't get it. Okay, let's just double check what my options were. Because like, there's like, for example, if I got a sniper's focus, it's like Kaisa's best item. Right? And there's people that are going to hit items that are really good. Like, if I got a Zanya's, it's like really fucking good for Silas. Right? But I just don't hit. Luden's Tempest? Isn't this one that was fucking giga bugged? I think Luden's Tempest is the worst Ornn item. Yeah, so I had no option here, right? So I just took Rapid Fire as a Kaisa item. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Like, Mittens isn't even that good on Silas. I'd rather just make like a frontline item. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. So I just take Rapid Fire. And I just make another item here. Roll my 4 cost, right? Maybe I just find a natural upgrade. Moonstone is pretty good though, so I can't complain too hard, right? I don't put this item on Silas because I'll just put like proper tank items on Galio and just put like damage items on Silas maybe. Why did I put all these items on Kindred? My bench isn't rolling, right? Am I crazy? I think I was making on Kindred because I was going to put it. This guy's playing Ashe, which is kind of like weird because I don't see it being that strong. I am in not the greatest spot. Usually want to play this comp from very ahead, but because of this re-rolling bench, I feel pretty confident that I'll spike well enough that I can like make it work. Ooh, Lucky Ricochet is really strong here. Yeah, I'll probably just take Lucky Ricochet. I don't need reinforcement. It's probably like the best combat I could have hit. Upgrades my Sivir as well. Ooh, holding items on Sivir is kind of awkward though. But I guess it's because I didn't want to put on Bard. Also, this Teemo's still in the fucking front line. What am I doing with my life? Thoughts? Okay, finally he's in the back line. He made it home. Little Teemo made it home. Rolling for Kaisa here. I just need one of these to roll into Galio now, and I think that's pretty good. I could also go for Tahm Kench 3. Typically you play Aatrox, right? Typically it's like an Aatrox here because it gives you like the extra Ink Shadow item. And I didn't buy the Aatrox, which is my bad. I didn't buy Aatrox again. I didn't buy Aatrox again. I should buy the Aatrox just cause, yeah. What am I rolling for now? I guess I'm just rolling for like a Kaisa 3. I guess that's the case. This guy's rerolling an extra 2 cost. He's going for a 3-star, right? So if you roll a 2-star unit on your bench, it turns into another random 2-star unit. So he's trying to go for like some 3-star cheese. It's good for me because maybe I can just hit something, right? I think that's what I'm rolling for because I don't really have much else to do. Kaisa, Galio. Yeah, there we go. So now I roll this guy, which is pretty good. Roll the Morgana. I mean, this board doesn't look that bad. Like, Tahm Kench isn't necessarily that bad, right? Like, Aatrox doesn't give me anything immediately. It's not like I'm playing Ghostly. The Aatrox is mostly because you want to play, like, Udyr later, and then it gives you an extra item. And this comp needs a lot of items because you need to itemize Galio, you need to itemize Silas, you need to itemize Kaisa, you need to itemize the other dude, right? I didn't put the Rapid Fire on the Kaisa. I think that was a big mistake. I think I saw that Rapid Fire was bad on Kaisa, but I think an item is better than nothing. You know what I mean? This guy's Udyr 1, which isn't that bad. So we can definitely kill it. And I kind of misplayed this game a little bit. So I'll tell you all the misplays that I did, and then you guys can know so you guys don't make them in that later. But I must have just been like a little bit stressed. Right? It's been a while since I played the Kaisa comp. You know, sometimes you're a bit jittery. Right? I get like that sometimes. There's a Kaisa, there's an Udyr. I need to make like another item. Darius lasts for one more round. The reason I'm looking for Darius is because I want to know if I should get a 5 cost to roll. What do I take here? I'll just take the Kaisa. Yeah, Kaisa is Kaisa. Maybe I hit Kaisa 3. Who knows? But anyways, what I did here is I didn't want to put this rapid fire on Kaisa because I said to myself, I don't want to have my Kaisa having like a spot on her. I want to have an open slot for like a real item, right? I want to have an open slot so I can give her like an IE or like some like good item for her, right? The thing is, I have this remover, right? So because I have this remover, it's definitely put this item on the Kaisa. Also, spreading out my tank items is a little bit greedy, right? I want to put like a better item on Silas, right? But I should just put all 3 items on Silas because 3 items is 3 items, right? When you have multiple items on the same unit, their effects all contribute to that unit, so they all stockpile on each other and help out to give you like a lot of stats that makes your units really strong. Spreading out your items is usually a bad idea. But I think I was just playing a little bit greedy because I'm kind of going for like a first here, right? The way I'm looking at this game, especially against the lobby, it's like I already have most of my upgrades, so I feel like maybe I can just get a first. This is a really awkward fight. Ghostly is a really bad matchup into Kaisa because Kaisa does like the whole beam where she shoots like a bunch of shots and that just procs Ghostly a bunch and then it causes a bunch of specters and then you just die, right? It's a really bad matchup. Typically you just have to have so much damage, right? Like if I had a Xayah, I probably win there, but you have to have so much damage that you just like completely clean up everybody. See here, now I'm 47 HP. And now I'm considering using my remover to put this on the Kaisa and just fuck it. No more greeting. She's just going to have a gunblade for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm putting items on bench units. Why am I doing that? I'm playing as if I have Pandoras, but I don't. Am I fucking crazy? Oh, I'm doing it because of slamming. Oh, I'm so stupid. I completely forgot I had slamming. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, so I just didn't have slamming value the last couple turns. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I forgot about it in-game. I forgot about it now. Okay, so with slamming, if you have something on bench, then you don't hit. Okay, what happened here? Wait. I didn't even mean to skip. That's spoilers. I skipped way too far ahead. Okay, we're here. Sorry about spoilers. Okay, so I got dropped an IE. So this is what I was saying. This is what I was greeting, right? Just any sword item or anything like that works out really well. So now it worked out, but I did greet a lot. It didn't really cost me that much HP, but it would have been nicer to just put the rapid fire on this and then remove it and then whatever. I think my thought process is that if you put the rapid fire on the Kaisa, it makes you stronger immediately. But then when you have to remove it, if you don't have a Xayah, then nobody's going to be a holder for the rapid fire cannon until you remove it, right? Or when you remove it. Anyways, I have Kaisa 2, Silas 2, Galio 2 on bench. Usually with this comp, you want to go to level 9. But because I have so many copies of 4 costs, it kind of makes sense to just stay on level 8 and roll for a 3-star unit, right? I think I'm already like guaranteed a top 4, more or less. It depends on these couple fights, right? The problem is I didn't have a Xayah early, so it's like, do I really go for 9 and find a Xayah? Rolling on 8 is nice because if I find a Xayah, it also might stabilize me, right? You know, rolling on level 8, you know, maybe I hit one of these guys, who knows? But at the same time, maybe I hit a Xayah, right? You never know. I scrolled past a dude. I scrolled past one of these guys. Fuck. I need to buy this. I'm holding on to this this Syndra because there's another guy that's going for Syndra 3. Like he has a Hui and he's duplicating. I should just hold it. Please, don't sell this. I should never sell this Syndra. I'm debating it, but if I win this fight, I can buy this anyways. Okay, I'm winning the fight. I can buy it anyways. No, I sold the Syndra anyways. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Bro, I won the fight. What am I doing? Oh, it's because I want to roll earlier? Bro, that's so bad. Bro. That guy's holding 2 Syndras. I should look at the Syndra player. I'm doing something wrong here. This guy's holding a bunch of ashes. I think I'm just too scared. No, I think it's because I'm too scared. This guy's 40 gold level 8. That's why I sold it. Because in my head, I'm like, it doesn't matter if the Syndra guy hits because everybody's trying to hit some shit. So it's like, I'm just making it easier for the other guy to hit. Because that Ash player has a bunch of ashes as well. This guy's holding 2 Syndras already. That's why I sold it. Because that guy's holding 2 Syndras. And this guy's going for Ash 3 as well. So it's like, this guy has 2 duplicators. Right? So I just have to hit my 3-star as soon as possible. Right? I think that's my thought process. It's like everybody is like relatively the same HP. And there's like 3 or 4 people that are going for a 3-star, like a 3-star 4 cost. Right? Yeah, I get my decision making now. I'm holding so many 4 costs that I am making it easier for other people to hit their 4 costs, right? So the Ash guy might randomly just hit an Ash, you know what I mean? And then I just lose, and I'm already having bad matchups against certain players. So in order to guarantee like my top 4, I really need to hit one of these. I get it now. It makes more sense like that. Fawn. Everybody gets a fawn. I didn't really want a fawn. I kind of wanted items. A fawn doesn't really help me here, right? Because I'm not getting increased odds to hit like the hit like a Zaya. So not necessarily the best thing for me. But you know, it could be worse. I'm not gonna complain. Syndra player. This guy's holding the Syndras, so as soon as he dies, then it becomes open season. The Syndra player is just like sitting on a bunch of gold, which is really difficult for me. Champion delivery. I don't hit a Zaya again. But I do hit the Kaisa, so let's go. So we're Kaisa now. I have spot for 1 extra unit. I can put in the Silas. Just like an extra Silas, who cares? You know what I mean? And then this, honestly, just put it on. Yeah, just put it on somebody. I don't blame this Tom Kench. I could easily have fit in like Ink Shadow now. That's why usually you play Aatrox in place of the Tom Kench, but I just played like whatever strong is. And now I'm still rolling for this Silas, right? If I can find the Silas, then I have, like, you know, I'm only 1 off. This guy is 1 off of Lee Sin 3, by the way. I think he just got really unlucky because he has 2 duplicators and he doesn't hit. And I think I'm going to beat him right now because he's fighting me. And I hit my Kaisa 3. So this guy kind of got hoed by the game. And he's going to probably be upset because he was definitely way stronger than me right before I hit this Kaisa. And I think he just like he just dies. Uh-oh. And he goes like 7th. My bad. Sorry, bro. But yeah, the Syndra player is just so far ahead, right? 43 HP, duplicating with Hui. Oh, this is so bad for me as well. Because I would rather see more 4 cost than 1 of each. But if I find a Zaya, it's pretty good. Of course, I don't find a Zaya. Like, bro, this whole game, if I find a Zaya, like, I literally have a Ornn item on a Sivir because it's so useless. But it would do something on Zaya, probably. Right? I just wish I had it, you know? Yeah, this guy finally hits Lee Sin because the other guy died and made a bunch in the pool. This guy's 1 off Syndra and he has Hui to duplicate. That's the problem. Like, this guy's just going to hit for free anyways. I really want to find the Silas, right? I'm 1 off of Silas and nobody's holding it to my knowledge, right? We just scouted. Oh, this guy's holding it, but I'm going to kill him off right now. This guy's dead this turn, so it's going to go back in the pool. Yeah, but I think I just low roll it, right? It's going to come down to like Kaisa versus Syndra, but the Syndra player is way ahead of me, right? Because the Syndra player, not only are they going to have Syndra 3, their front line is going to be way better because they're stacking Dryad, right? So all these rounds that I'm not playing the Syndra player are bad, right? Like if the match rotation worked out that I fight the Syndra player 1 or 2 times now before he hits Syndra 3, the matchup RNG would have worked out that I would definitely go first. But now it's very up in the air, right? Every turn I'm 0, right? I'm 0 every turn because I'm 1 off this Silas. I know I hit Kaisa already, but I have had the same amount of Silases I did Kaisas this whole stage, and I haven't hit yet. So, you know, it's not high roll, it's not low roll, it's like average roll, right? Because the whole thing is that everybody was holding units to hit a 3-star, so somebody's bound to hit, right? The Syndra player, if they roll, they'll probably hit the Syndra anyways. I know I was holding a Syndra and then I sold it. I don't want people to get like upset saying like, you know, I was bad. Here was either TG this Silas, but I'm hoping that I hit the Silas, so I don't have to TG it. But finally I get a Xayah. For fuck's sake. Like, I rolled and I hit Kaisa 3 before I found a single Xayah. Maybe I missed one. I don't want to go back in the VOD. If I missed one, you know, whatever. Who cares? I don't have Aatrox in, so this Udyr actually does nothing, which is so funny. That's what I realized right then and there. I'm like, oh fuck, I have a Tahm Kench instead of an Aatrox. I was like, god damn it, I'm dumb. So I just sell it and I'm rolling. I'm just rolling for... I'm selling as much as I can to find this Sylas, right? Because the Sylas guarantees me the win, right? Because 2 4 cost is probably better than just none. Sorry, 2 4 cost is going to be better than 1 4 cost 3-star. But as you can see, this guy's streaking, right? I haven't fought him a single time, and now he finally hit the Syndra, right? If I fought him at any point in time before those first couple matches, I could have chewed away some of his HP, because it's going to be very positioning dependent, right? He's very far ahead of me, and the longer the game goes on, the closer, like the stronger this guy gets, right? He has set 2, Ornn 2 that's scaling, right? If he gets multiple items on Ornn, it becomes a problem. I didn't find any Xayahs, right? I rolled so much gold. Like, I know it's level 8, you're not expected at a Xayah, but like there was even shops that gave you like guaranteed 5 cost. It's champion delivery, right? I'm getting dropped a 5 cost every couple turns, and I still don't have a Xayah. You know what I mean? But obviously I could have missed one. Maybe I missed one. As you can see here, this positioning works out just, right? It comes down to the Syndra against the Kaisa, but my Kaisa just casted first, right? It's very RNG, because I think that this guy is stronger than me. I don't think I should be able to beat him. That's going to be hard to replicate, especially since like best friends isn't necessarily the best. I know I'm lucky Ricochet. Here, I have to lock because it's a Xayah, and there's a Carousel, so having a Xayah 2, it's kind of awkward, right? Like, I still don't have the Sylas, right? I didn't hit the Sylas. But the problem is that if on Carousel there's a Xayah Rakan pair that I can buy, I need to be able to buy this, so that's why I have to lock the shop. Because a Xayah 2 with an item might be enough to win here because it's so close, right? If I'm lucky Ricochet and my Xayah does a bunch of damage, like that can skew the fight in my favor. But as you can see here, I don't know if I think I lose this one. As you can see, it comes down to Kaisa versus this again. Oh, I win again. It's very positioning dependent, right? It comes down to like set stun. It's very risky. There's no Xayah here, so now I just like lost a free shop, right? Because I locked my shop saying that I might have to buy the Xayah. I could maybe buy a Xayah item. In my head, I'm like, if I can stall the front line a little bit longer, it's not as much of damage. It's as much as like I need to stall to make sure my Kaisa casts before the Syndra cast, right? But I think you'll see here, this guy will just hit the upgrades, right? He's going for Ornn 3. He hits Nautilus 2, so now he has another stun that can affect my casting. He also hit Wei 2, and has an item for it. It's a little bit saucy, right? The chances are I'm not going to win this fight. So let's see here. What position could I have done differently here? Nautilus is on this side, and Syndra's on this side, so it was definitely that I need the Kaisa on the opposite side. I think this fight's going to be a wash, for sure. So this fight is just bad positioning on my part. I'm 100% going to lose, right? Yeah. It wasn't even as close. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, though. I wonder. Let's just rewatch it. I want to see when the Nautilus stun goes off. Do I kill it before it stuns? I think that's why it becomes closer than I thought. I think I kill it before it stuns. Yeah, he just stunned this way. Yeah, my Kaisa didn't get stunned. That's why this fight was close. Yeah, I'm on the Syndra, but I just don't have enough damage to deal with it first. That's rough. That's rough. That could have been the game. I could have won that fight. I would have won the game. Yeah, it's just more support on his end. He's just too far ahead, right? I'm level 8, he's level 9. He has all upgraded 5 costs as well, right? I think he has like a Azir with a faded emblem or some shit. We'll see when we get there. And I didn't hit the Sylas 3. I've been rolling for the Sylas 3 for an entire 2 stages now, right? I've donkey rolled since stage 5 for Sylas 3, and I didn't hit it. So, you know, it's a little bit low roll there. Now I'm on same side. This is really bad. Same side is really bad. I don't think this goes well. You want to be opposite side of the Syndra with the Kaisa, because you need the Syndra to waste time walking up, because your Kaisa is gonna reach the Syndra first. Yeah, this one's just a wash. Just too much damage. Yeah, he has Faded Azir as well with an item now. Ornn drops items if the Ornn doesn't die. Nautilus on the other side. It's just a... Yeah. But it's a good second, right? I think I played to my win con pretty well, right? If I didn't play around this Kai'Sa 3 out, right? The whole lobby was holding for 3 stars. Like, this guy was like maybe 1 turn off of Lee Sin 3 and I killed him. This guy was like 1 or 2 turns away from Ashe 3. This guy was going to get Syndra because he's just ahead of the lobby, right? And also matchmaking, right? If I fought this guy 1 or 2 times earlier, right? Like, I fought this Ashe player. I literally killed the rest of the lobby while this guy just like had easy fights, right? If he fought me like 1 or 2 of those times, easily would have been a first because this was the only really threatening guy because he was like level 9 and really far ahead. That's okay. Hopefully this VOD review was enjoyable. Obviously, like, it's a little bit high roll, it's a little bit of goofy fun game. There's a little bit of like me like misplaying some stuff and like obviously that stuff. But I thought it'd be fun to watch. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Anyways, see you around.